Hey ladies and gents, welcome back. Today we are going to tackle this pair of coal miner boots. Now, the gentleman that mailed these in to us is a coal miner from the state of Alabama. Now, the issue that he's having with these, as you can see, is the sole just continues to come off of them. And he said he gets down in the coal mines, there's a lot of hydraulic fluid, water, mud, and the soles just continue to come unglued. Now I can only imagine what a pain that would be while you're down there trying to get your work done and your sole's coming off. Well, he mailed them to us and he asked us, hey, is there anything you guys can do to prevent this from happening again? And that is exactly what we are going to do to this pair of coal miner boots. So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, so this pair of boots has the Vibram 132, which is the Montagna, and it's great with guys that want that lot of tread. Now, the issue with these is when he's down in the coal mines, he's around a lot of water, he's around hydraulic fluid, and because this is a one-piece sole, it's not stitched on through here, and it's separating. He's had to re-glue these, so basically from here back, it's just held on by glue and a few nails. So we're gonna try to address those situations and make them a little bit more accommodating to the environment that he's working in. So let's take these things off and see what else we got. All right, now there's nothing wrong with the 132s. We put a lot of those on boots. For the general kind of outdoorsman, they work, but if you're standing in, water, then it's probably not the best one because it can only be stitched so far. All right, so obviously because it was coming undone through here, a lot of stuff, debris gotten through here. Now here's another thing. This has a rubber midsole on it. Smooth rubber on rubber. It can hold, but when you put it under extreme conditions, it's eventually gonna separate. That's why I'm a big fan of leather. And so we're probably gonna replace this with leather, but then we're gonna have to do some sort of sealant as well to protect that leather from the elements. So the heel literally just popped off. It's just glue. In fact, I didn't even see any nails in here. I don't know I assume this is the original sole, but yeah. All out of this one boot.
Okay guys, before we go any further, I'm going to tell you about today's video sponsor, as well as a brand that we have been using for months now and absolutely love, Native. Now, if you're anything like me, I'm very conscientious about what ingredients are not only in the foods that I eat, but also in the products that I use on my body. And again, that's one of the big reasons that I love Native products. One of the big reasons that I love using Native deodorants is one, they're not sticky and they dry quickly, which is great when I'm on the go. They also are aluminum free, paraben free, and they're made from familiar and simple ingredients that you all know, such as coconut oil and shea butter. Also, Native stays with you all day and actually gives 72-hour odor protection, even after a full day of moving around or exercising. And they also offer a wide range of scents, including new and seasonal scents. And with the holidays right around the corner, they are currently offering scents from their Naughty and Nice collection. So definitely check them out. Now guys, not only do I enjoy Native's deodorants, but again, they also cover a lot of great body washes and toothpaste. My family has been using their body washes for months now, and we absolutely love them. Now guys, 3 deodorants would be $39, but if you use my link and the code T&H, you will get 3 deodorants for $26. That is a savings of 33%. Also, feel free to use my code and get 20% off of any of their body washes or toothpaste.
All right, so we took the midsole off. First thing you notice, it has a steel plate. Now, for those who aren't used to work boots, what this is for is it's an anti-puncture protection. So you step on a nail or something like that, it's gonna protect your foot from going all the way through. But obviously, it's just corroded and crumbled, so we're gonna have to replace this. All right, as I take out the shank and trying to get this cork out, I noticed that because of all the dust, this gimming is just completely pulling away. So this whole thing's gonna be replaced anyways. I'm not even gonna work to try to get all this out. We're just gonna rip it apart. All right, we pull away. We can see here's the insole. It is completely insulated to where this is actually glued to the lining, which is a sock type construction. So we're gonna have to, it's not hardcore glue on here, but we will have to pull it away, and it's all cracked anyway, so. All right, so this is the lining. It's like a sock lining. Here's the steel toe, and get this gimming out, and then we'll be ready to start fresh after we clean these things. Look at that. All right, so taking it all apart, we told you we had to build new insoles. We did that. We had to cut it off, sanded down that top part of it just to keep any squeaking down. Put some glue on it. Now we're going to put our new gimming on and then start the rebuild up. All right, so you remember when I said that that gimming, due to all the dust, was starting to pull apart? That's just because it's held on by glue, which this is just held on by glue. We're gonna take it one step further, and we're actually gonna stitch the gimming on as well, so we won't ever have that issue in the future.
Decided to don the rubber gloves on this one. Pretty dirty.
All right, we're gonna replace those old rusted, corroded shanks, get some new ones in there. Now it's hot cork time. We don't need to put too much in because we got to leave a little bit of room for that steel shank. All right, so we have to replace the steel plate inside because this one is all corroded and broken. So we went and got us a piece of steel, and we're going to cut this thing out. All right, so we are shoe cobblers. We're not exactly in the metal fabrication, so we got to try to cut this using this without losing any of these. So I'm not gonna film this. We'll let you know how it turns out. All right, so we have cut this out. All fingers are still intact, so that's a good thing. All right. All right, so soles here, we went with the 100s, which are just a two-piece version of the Montagna, which is the 132. And the reason why we did this is because, remember we mentioned, it was only stitched around the front portion, and it was just glue in the back. We want to make sure that these things never come off. So we are actually going to do some stitching around here and then around in the front, and then we can finish it off with nailed heels. So let's get started. All right, so we're fixing to stick these soles, but I do want to go through the layers that we're using. We went with a leather welt. We weren't sure if we were going to use rubber, but we want to keep water, some form of barrier coming through. So we did put a rubber midsole, and then we are actually going to transition to a thin leather midsole, then to a rubber outsole. So it is actually kind of 4 layers, but what you'll see is that it's leather, rubber, leather, rubber. We're not big fans of going rubber to rubber. And we'll actually do that on the heel as well. We'll put a thin layer of leather to separate that rubber heel from the rubber outsole. So let's stick these and then we'll get to stitching.
Okay, the last thing we want to do to this pair of boots, we want to make sure that they are nice and waterproofed. They haven't been hydrated in a while, and we're going to use some of this Saphir Everest dubbin, and it's vegetable oil based, and I'm just going to get that really worked into the leather, wipe off the excess, and then it'll be nice and waterproof for quite a while to go. This pair of coal miner boots has been completed. Now, just a couple of quick reminders, guys. Black Friday is coming up this coming week, And we will be running a big sale on our website Thursday through Cyber Monday. So
And you don't have to worry about getting trampled.
Exactly. So just go to potterandsons.com. All of our shoe care products, leather goods, leather care products, everything on there, except for shoe repair, is 15% off. So, we really appreciate your patronage if you would check us out. Okay, again, this pair of coal miner boots was sent to us by a gentleman who is a coal miner down in Alabama. And again, his big issue was he gets down into the mines. He's got hydraulic fluid, a lot of water, mud, and he said that the soles basically just keep coming unglued and falling off. And, I can only imagine what a pain that is. So he sent them to us and said, what can you do to take care of this problem? And that's what we did.
Yep. Put new welts in there, storm welts. They already had a storm welt on it, so we should put another one on there. We didn't go with just a rubber midsole. We layered it like a cake, so it went leather midsole, leather welt, rubber midsole, and then a thin leather midsole as well, and then a Vibram 100. It's like the Montagna, but it's the two-piece. Stitched that on. Then we put a thin piece of leather on top of the lug heel. Put that on, shoved some big nails in there, stitched it. We actually, you didn't get to see us because I took a boot, he took a boot, but the front portion of it, that big thick tread, I can't get it through my stitcher, so we had to hand stitch through the tread.
Yeah, my hands, man, they've been cut up pretty good. I wish we'd been able to get that part. Again, totally forgot, but
focused on what we were doing.
We sat here for about an hour. He took a boot, I took a boot, and we did that. One of the other things that we did not show you guys is putting the steel plate back into that boot. You can't send the guy down in the mine shafts without protecting his feet. So we didn't get that on camera, and it's probably a good thing we didn't.
Cutting it out.
Yeah, getting it cut out.
But we have all our fingers.
All of our fingers are still here, and the gentleman is nice and safe with that steel piece back in his boot. And then, that was about it. So I think he's good to go. If the boot falls apart now, then I don't know what to tell you, man, because these are solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I feel we played our role in keeping the lights on for most of the people
keeping
in that
America
region.
going.
That's it.
So, okay, guys, that's about it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and thanks again for joining us. Until next time, y'all have a good one.